Good morning, my dear students. Welcome to my fourth session. Let us continue with Lesson 1 Nutrition, the Food Supplying System. In our last session, we have discussed experiments like oxygen is produced during photosynthesis in the presence of light, that is, hydrilla plant experiment, and black pepper experiment or light screen experiment, which shows that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. And we also learnt about the transversal section of leaf and structure of stomata. Now, in this session, we are going to learn about the structure of chloroplast and the mechanism of photosynthesis. Structure of chloroplast. The chloroplast is a membranous structure consisting of three membranes. The third layer forms staked sac-like structures called granum. The individual coin-like structures are called thylakoids. The space inside the thylakoid is called thylakoid lumen. And these are the sites for trapping the solar energy. The intermediary fluid-filled portion around the grana is called stroma. It is believed to be responsible for enzymatic reactions leading to the synthesis of glucose, which in turn join together to form the starch. Chlorophyll is a pigment which contains one atom of magnesium. It is similar to the structure of the heme of hemoglobin. Two major kinds of chlorophylls are associated with thylakoid membranes: chlorophyll A, which is blue-green in color, and chlorophyll B, which is yellow-green color. Around 250 to 400 pigment molecules are grouped as light harvesting complex or photosynthetic unit in each granum. Such innumerable units functions together in chloroplasts of green plants in the process of photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, several events occur in the chloroplast. The major events are conversion of light energy to chemical energy, splitting of water molecule, and reduction of carbon dioxide to carbohydrate. Now, let's move on to the mechanism of photosynthesis. The conversion of carbon dioxide and water to form sugar and oxygen is not a single step process, although we summarize it in one equation, but it is not simple. It takes place in two major phases, that is, light dependent reaction or photochemical phase and light independent reaction or biosynthetic phase. Now, let's go through the first phase, that is light dependent reaction. It is a chemical phase acting in the presence of light. Hence, it is called photochemical phase. In this reaction, light plays an important role. The light reaction takes place in the chlorophyll containing thylakoids called grana of chloroplasts. Several steps occur in this light dependent reaction. Step 1. The chlorophyll on exposure to light energy becomes activated by absorbing photons. Photon is the smallest unit of light energy. Step 2. The energy is used in splitting the water molecule into two component ions, namely hydrogen H plus and hydroxyl ion OH minus. H2O gives rise to H plus plus OH minus. This reaction is known as photolysis, which means splitting by light. Photo means light, lysis means breaking. This was discovered by Robert Hill. Hence, it is called Hill's reaction. Step 3. The highly reactive ions of water undergo quick change as OH minus ions through a series of steps produce water and oxygen. Water may be utilized by the plant inside, but oxygen is usually released into the atmosphere. H plus ions undergo series of changes in Dirac reaction. Compounds that can trap energy like ATP and NADPH are formed at the end of the light reaction. These are called assimilatory powers. Now, moving on to the light independent reaction. The phase in which the synthesis of organic substances take place is called biosynthetic phase. This is also called Dirac reaction. But the term Dirac reaction or light independent reaction does not mean that they occur when it is dark at night. It only means that these reactions are not depend on light. H plus ions produced in photolysis are immediately picked up by a special compound NADP to form NADPH. In the Dirac phase, the hydrogen of the NADPH is used to combine it with CO2 by utilizing ATP energy and produce glucose, that is C6H12O6. This synthesis occurs in a number of steps using certain special intermediate compounds, namely RUBP, ribulose biphosphate, and enzymes. Finally, the glucose is converted to starch. Let us summarize the mechanism of photosynthesis. This is the chloroplast of the cell. The light energy falls on the thylakoid, and in the thylakoid, the light reaction takes place. As a result of light reaction, oxygen is evolved, which we all breathe in. In addition to that, ATP and NADPH are also released. These are assimilatory powers. Biosynthetic phase occurs in the stroma of the chloroplast. The hydrogen of the NADPH is used to combine it with CO2 by utilizing ATP and produce glucose. This is also called Calvin cycle because the person Melvin Calvin discovered the light independent phase of photosynthesis. That's all about the mechanism of photosynthesis. So, my dear students, let us summarize what we have learnt in this session. We have learnt about the structure of chloroplast and the mechanism of photosynthesis, under which we have learnt about light dependent reaction, that is photochemical phase, and light independent reaction, that is biosynthetic phase. With this, we have completed about autotrophic nutrition, and in our next session, we will discuss about heterotrophic nutrition. Thank you.